the orientation program of grade 1. We do understand that because of this COVID-19 pandemic, we are not able to meet you. We do understand, parent, because of this COVID-19 pandemic, we were not able to meet or communicate with you personally. So today, here I am to share with you all the new initiatives which Shantiniketan has started this year in 2020. The things which I want you all to know about is the curriculum, the online classes and some general instructions. So let's first begin with a very important curriculum of Shantiniketan. We have English, Maths, Karanipat, BDC means Brain Development Curriculum, Edu Sports, Art and Dance. So now let me talk about English first. When I say English, English is divided into two parts, English literature and English vocabulary. Let me show you English literature. You must have got in the book set these two books. First is My Little Book of Literature. The next one is Communication with Cambridge. These two books, the whole year round, we are going to take up all the lessons and poems. Let me show it to you. How are we going to go about each lesson or a poem with an example? Consider the first poem which these children have is Wind. When I talk, the poem is about the wind. The teacher is going to talk about the air. Difference between a breeze, storm, means the speed of the wind, what is the use of the wind, how the electricity is generated from the wind. So right from a very simple concept of wind, we are blowing it up to a very higher level where the child is going to understand the concept with a greater depth. Let me remind you, parents, here when we are dealing with an English literature topic, we are not going to go horizontally. We are going to go vertically towards taking the depth of the subject. So the child is not only going to learn English, but EVS is incorporated into the subject. Let me go to the next slide. When I am talking about English vocabulary, there are different words given. We have millions of words. Which context is most important? That we are going to handle it. Now you see, I will explain you the same thing with an example. Consider I and me. Both the words are used for yourself. But when there are different contexts, you should know when to use I and when to use me. With an example, Dash likes to drink milk. I like to drink milk. If I say me likes to drink milk, does it sound proper? Incorrect English. Let us take the next sentence. Will you please take Dash along with you? What would you say? I or me? Will you please take me along with you? So have you understood the difference? At what depth the teacher is looking forward to? At what level we want our children to read and to actually understand the concepts and the words in English. Let me take you to the next slide. That's maths. When I'm talking about maths, we are basically going to deal with different concepts. But how these concepts are dealt with? We take up a concept, then the teacher is going to explain the concept in the class. Then the child goes to an app class, where on the computer the child is going to work on different apps related to maths. He is going to solve the sums related to that concept. And the third part is the reflection, wherein the child comes in the class back, the teacher and the child will communicate with each other as to what the child has not understood and which part the child is very good at, right? Let me explain it to you with an example, like a simple concept of tens and ones. The teacher has taught the concept in the class. task. She has done several sums with the children. Then the children move on to the lab. They will be going to a computer how to do it, and then there would be a reflection period where the teacher and the children are going to sit together and discuss. So the teacher would understand whether the child has understood the concept, or else till what level the child has understood. So she can evaluate the child, right? Next we move on to Kardi Path. Now parents, Kardi Path set you must have got in your book set. As we're talking about English and communication in English, English is not our mother tongue. So we find it a bit challenging when it comes to communicate with others, when we have to express our feelings to others or talk with your friends and circle. So Kardi Path is a session which is given to the children, which is going to create an environment where as the child learns its mother tongue, the child will pick up the English language. So we are having few live sessions of Kardi Path and also some activities, storybooks and poem books for Kardi Path. Parents, here I would like you to note there is this sheet which you must have got. In the sheet you can see here a license code is there. You need to go to the Play Store, download the Kardi Path app and put in this license code yourself, so that at home you would have this Kardi Path live with you. Next is the brain development section. Now in brain development section we have different puzzles taken by the different teachers here. In a week once they would be having a brain development class wherein actually the child is going to physically fit the puzzles, solve the different puzzles, which is going to help them, their reasoning, their power of thinking, critical or analytical thinking would be enhanced in these classes. Next we are talking about is art. When I say art, it is not just scribbling or drawing a scenery, but this is a lighthouse curriculum where we are also going to talk about the artist. We are going to talk about the backgrounds and then we are going to come and perform an art, right? Different colors, paints, all the history is being explained and told to the children by the teacher. Then is a dance curriculum. Everybody is excited for this, we know, needless to explain. Then is the Edu Sports segment. As you've already seen in your UKG classes, the same Edu Sports, again it continues in grade 1. But the level of difficulty now has changed. Can we move on to the next slide? Next slide. Now this is very important, parents. This is something which would ease out the things between us. I want you all to understand what I want to convey to you here is first point. You see the login of the students and the email accounts. Please log in through the accounts given by the school. Do not use your personal mail IDs. Next, the password and the class code is already shared with you. Kindly log in through that. Then your laptops, your mobiles or your computers should be fully charged when the timetable time is scheduled. Keep your mobiles charged, your laptops charged. Next point is the network coverage. This is very important, parents, because you have to check the coverage area worksheets. Worksheets can be taken care of in two ways. It is going to be digitally given to you. You can solve them and send it back to us. But if you are doing a handwritten worksheet, you need to click a picture and upload the picture and send it to the teacher. Is the harmony sheets. So let me tell you, parents, harmony sheets are the ones where the whole concept is taught by the teachers and together a sheet is prepared for the child to solve to see whether the child has understood the concept or no. These sheets of June and July are already sent to you in your book set. Next we move on to the assessment. This assessment is done day-to-day basis. Remember parents, even though if it is an online class, the teacher is not able to communicate with the child directly, we are going to reflect on the worksheets which you have been sending and the harmony sheets. All these have marks and grades. Exactly. We talk about the assessment part. This assessment part is very important, parents. Even though if we are going online, we are sending you the worksheets, we are sending you the harmony sheets, they are very important. Harmony sheets carry marks. They have grades which are used in the calculation of your term 1 exams and later on in term 2. So basically for the whole year assessment we are going to have term 1 and term 2, and in between we are going to add up few surprise elements, some surprise test. So be on your toes. We are counting on you. We are counting on your cooperation with us, parents. Let me move on to the next slide. Few general instructions. First, the timing of the school. The timing of the school for our first graders would be from 9 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Let us talk about the uniform. The uniform of the school is going to be the Shantiniketan uniform. There is no change into it, but the sports uniform, we will be communicating you through mail which color sports uniform you have to buy. And these uniforms are available at DAX. The food facility, the mess facility is available in school for the first graders. So, thank you parents for your cooperation and patiently listening to the video till the end. So all these were all the new additions which we are having, and we would like all of you to cooperate with us for these few difficult times. Parents, together we will and we can do it. So thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe.